purging my heart, taking careful heed of my thought, going the easy route, yeah, they got way. And it's transforming my mind, got me taking heed of my time, order my schedule up like God say. You got it. Say what the Father would. Be what the Father would. Do what the Father would. Be what the Father would. And it's transforming my mind, got me taking heed of my time, going the easy route, just like God say, yeah.
I've been sipping on this new wine, cause the Father gave me new skins, new mind, new sins. Let the devil cause me a nuisance. Hope, scope, yeah, the Father gave me insight. Whole world going left, cause they don't know how to choose right. Moses gave me the green light, told me go teach the Israelites. Now the bad food I gather up and I throw a bag like a food fight. I ain't anime and you ain't night, so no, I won't eat the cake. That's what I told Hasatan. Get behind me today. The Father knows he the realest, so we call him the truth. Hop in the booth and do what he do. I'm passing out fruit, I'm spreading good news. We about to let loose the young lions out the cages. Grown men turn babies to drink living water so I can talk to a birdman. Yeah, no baby, get it? Yeah, you can get it if you really live it. About my Father's business, this is strictly business. Get with the business, so mind your business. If you offended, then repent. In sevens, say, feel, do. Be like your Father in heaven, I'm saying though.
Said I've been purging my heart, taking careful heed of my thought, going the easy route, yeah, they got way. And it's transforming my mind, got me taking heed of my time, order my schedule up like God say. You got it. Say what the Father would. Be what the Father would. Do what the Father would. Be what the Father would. And it's transforming my mind, got me taking heed of my time, going the easy route, just like God say. Yeah.
Try to think what the Father would say first, and it will reveal to you how we feel. Calculate a man and do it, be to you women, they delight with it. This little light of mine, I'ma let it shine. Tell the devil to get behind me. Away with the touch and the devil to teach me to color, man, no cleaner commonly. Or that a woman laboring in the vineyard and no longer within me. Maturity, when we know we don't agree, but still ain't gotta be. However, I choose to believe what Christ said, that we gotta eat. Now give me the beat. I know the Lord not far away, but with every breath that he watching me, he gon' come alive, an element in the arm of the Lord that we'll all will see. In his universe, when his presence made alive, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. He the Alpha and Omega, smoke the wicked Garcia Vega. The bride will hide in the earth with the Savior. Separate who play like a Savior. Let's abide in the faith. You know about you, but I hate it. The words of the devil that make see, delete, repeat, correct.
Yo, Shalom family. Our praises to Kahi, the Ruach Kadash, the Holy Spirit. Our praises to Enoki said, as Ahayah Christ said, the great I am, loving kindness. Our praises to Most of the Lamb, our minister of forgiveness, YASHAYA, our Savior. Welcome to another installment of Clear Eyes, No Visine. Yeah, it's RealJudah back, RealJudah back in Iowa, part 3. Still testifying. That's what we're gonna call this thing. Still testifying, yeah. Right? Yeah, man. Y'all done heard some of the things that we done experienced thus far, right? And yeah, I know it's tough. I know it's tough because, you know, the information in the book is so heavy, you understand? And there's certain things, being Israelites, being Torah followers, that we had to make the decision if we're going to put down or not, right? So yeah, we know it's tough. You feel me? But you see the conundrum we've been on for a minute. But also when you hear it, you know, without repentance, it must be said. Okay? Mm-hmm. So we ain't going to talk too much going into this because on the cool, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, what I will say is, though, at the end of these, all through these things, we're going to attempt to be obedient to what Moses said and not just tell the accounts, but relay what Moses wants us to understand through the accounts. And there might be things that y'all gravitate to, that we don't even speak on because of your experiences, and you see what things that went in. So, like I said, y'all be prayed up, man. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Spirit to anoint your ears, your feelings, your understanding, right? And really pull from this what you are meant to pull from this. Con? Yeah, that right. But at the end of all these things, we're always going to try to give some understanding and some light, right? So it ain't just bad news and light on bad news, but some truth, because the Father also wants us to understand that there's things coming, right? And so he wants to have us to have all our spiritual weapons engaged. So we're gonna deal with some things afterwards as well. But man, y'all, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Revelation. This is different, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to go through my notes. I just wrote a whole bunch of notes from start to finish. My wife did the same. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And so we just we got to go through our notes, so it ain't the same as usual. So y'all be patient. Yeah, bear with us and be patient. You dig? But we gonna get to it though. Y'all know how we do. We gets rolling. Revelation, chapter 3, verse 18. Well, before we read that, baby, see, y'all mash on the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. Hit the bell so you are notified every time we drop something new. Shout out to everybody that showed us love. You feel me? And showed the Father love. You understand? Shout out to everybody that's listening to the Spirit. Shout out to everybody that's being girded in the truth. You know what I'm saying? You're girding your loins. You know what I'm saying? With this truth. You dig? Because it's going to be hard times coming, and it's only going to be faith, not following man. You feel me? Following the Spirit, right? Man, so y'all subscribe to the channel. Let people know we about to go in. Share this thing. You feel me? Real talk, real spit, real Judah. You know what I'm saying? So Revelation chapter 3, verse 18. Revelation 3:18. Baby, read that.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich in white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see.
And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. Clear eyes, no Visine, family. Let go. Okay. Well, we left off yesterday. Or last night. We was talking about, Jamal and Kayla, of course. Mm-hmm. And we had talked about how they had just left. You dig? You remember Osney flinging the N-word? Yeah, that's where we left off. And so we're going to pick up from what happened after that, right? This is all in like a space of weeks, like a week or two. Like they left, everything is going on back to back. And y'all going to see by when y'all pay attention to the count. Once again, this is episode 3, right? If this is your first time tuning in, look, y'all, go back to episode 1 after if you're on the live, check out the live, of course. You might want to interact and ask questions. You did. But go back to episode 1, you understand? And go listen to them things. And episode 2, you feel me? And then catch up with this one. And trust there's more coming because the notes is thick. You dig? But let's get with it though. Let's get with it. So remember I told y'all that Osney had went out of town for a week. Right after he had done that with Jamal, Kayla, Malcolm, and Maddie from their visit after he threw the N-word out there, right? So he went out of town with Koki. My bad, I'm trying to get all this thing focused. He went out of town with Koki, which is Beneline's grandson, which we said before, who we spoke on, right? And Amin, Beneline's other grandson. Shortly before Jamal and his group came, right, y'all, I was working with Dode and Koki one day, right? And they were talking down on this man that was building a house for Shema's parents. You remember Shema's the head scribe, or used to be the head scribe, right? They were talking down this man, and he was an elder. You remember, I think that was episode 1. I told y'all they struggling with elders and how they treat elders. Mm-hmm. remember Benjamin told me about his grandsons and what they were dealing with. So they talking down this elder, and he wasn't there. It was just me and them. They were feeding me all this negative information about this man, right? Shaping my opinion of him. That's just real. And I know it to be true, but y'all listen. What they didn't know was that I've been talking to that man at late nights, right? He lived across the street from our camper, right? We talked to him all the time, right? He told me about his history, his skill set. Man, this dude was he is a master timber framer, right? He showed me his students, say their channels, right? They were doing big things. You dig? In fact, the community found him through his student, right? For real. They wanted his student to come and help them learn how to timber frame, and the dude's so popping, he was like, I'm too busy to do it, right? But I can send my mentor to you because he can work with you. So that's how they found this dude. But Dode and Cocaine know I knew that, right? So they was painting a picture, saying he really ain't know who, or saying he really ain't who he say he is, right? He probably ain't a master anything. Boy, y'all should have heard of these folks. You hear me? And trust, at this time, Ben had already told me that they were dealing with these things, right? So in my mind, I was going to try to help them because they're younger than me, right? They're youngsters. They are like, 10 years younger than me type stuff. You hear me? But on top of that, they live in that community. And I'm telling you, 30-year-old men probably got the life experience of us in the world, like moving, doing things. I'm not knocking them. It's just what it is. And I think it's a blessing because I think we learn things too quick out here, right? But they more got the experience of a 20-year-old man, 25-year-old man, in my opinion, right? So I was trying to help them. You know what I'm saying? So they up here saying he really ain't who he say he is. Dode was saying this as well. And, I've said nice things about Dode. When it comes to the character of that family, of their family, and the people in their main, what they call them, their core group. Yeah, that's what Koki called the people the original members of their encampment, the core group. The people in their core group, I would say Dode, right? Like, his character's at the top. You see what I'm saying? But Dode was saying these things as well. I was shocked, y'all. And I reproved them. I did, nicely, gently, loving and kindly. I said, do you know he's a fraud? Like, do y'all know he's a fraud? Because the way they was talking, it's like, surely you got evidence, right? They said that they assume he is because of how he works. They go that assume. What's the first 3 letters of assume? Right? I asked them, had they ever done timber framing? I think these are quality questions because now you're judging his work, right? You're judging his work. So obviously you have an experience to judge. They said no. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. That's what, look, free game, y'all. That's what you do when folks come talking down on folks that you don't know. Listen to what they're saying. Pray to the Lord, right? He gonna give you what to say. See that? You're going to ask good questions so you can know how to feel, right? And then know how to move forward. That's due, right? So we can be like our Father in heaven. That's the whole game plan. And I wasn't even well astute at this, but the Spirit was leading me because he sent us there for a reason, right? And so this would be another chance to reprove. You see that? He sent us there to reprove them. I didn't know that when we were going. This is what he's telling us now. You feel me? Okay, let's keep going. So they said no, they have no timber framing experience. Then I asked them, how do you know he's a fraud? By his work ethic then. You know how they be talking, baby? Well. Yeah. Well. Yeah, that's their response. Well. I said, well, you should ask him to see his resume. They said maybe we should. Oh my goodness. All the stuff they said, right? That conversation ended. Right? A couple days later, I'm talking to Armin, the other grandson. See, just all 3 grandsons. And he's practically doing the same thing, talking about this man. But he had a lot more tact. I'll say that. Right? I was able to have a discussion while reproving him the same way. Right? But I offered to mediate with him and the older brother that they didn't like. Right? To bring peace. Come on, man. Like, we staying here, fam. This is supposed to be like, what? the Lord's place, right? And we got this kind of conversation going on, and this dude is over here helping y'all. Okay, and I heard what he's saying about these folks, right? He's one of the person that told me they was racist. Told us, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying to bring peace. I'm not over here treating them like they racist, right? I'm trying to, you know, let's keep going. So I'm in agree to the talk, to the council. Almond asked me to set it up. Not the elder. Almond did. After we were talking, because, you know, after you ask these questions like this, if you have any kind of heart, any kind of spirit, you're going to say, okay, or even if you don't, you're going to think, oh, I look like I'm not wrong right now. Let me go ahead. Something. So I'm in agree. I'm not saying that's what he was thinking. He might have been one piece too. I don't know. But after a conversation with him, come on, how you going to say none of the piece, right? So we set up the meeting. Just the three of us. Listen, y'all. The way Armin was talking when that brother wasn't there, questioning his resume. Come on, brethren. I'm going to speak to the brothers and sisters too. You know, this ain't just a man thing. You hear me? You know when you done put in work, you understand? You know, I'm going to tell you how I relate to it, because I ain't no master timber framer, right? I make rap music, right? I've been making rap music for over 20 years professionally, in my opinion. You feel me? Like getting money. You feel me? That's what I mean. They'll pay me to do something with this music. Before I was in the truth, I have experience. I have a skill set. You feel me? There might be a whole bunch of other rappers that are better than me. Skill. But I have experience. Something like Brett Favre. I'm out here still trying to Brett Favre. And I may not run as fast as y'all cats, but I can throw this rock. You hear me? And so, whoop. And then somebody come to me, right, that ain't never rapped a bar in their life. You dig? Or don't even come to me. Come to someone else and talk down, I can't do this and I can't do that, but my resume long as I-35. You understand? That's disrespectful, yo. That's disrespecting your elders. And I think people in the in our truth music, because this is God's institution too, and we're gonna talk about that later on tonight, right? Y'all should think about what I'm saying, and y'all don't gotta respect me. You feel me? I'm not saying y'all need to respect me. You have agency. Do as you will. But I'm saying there's other brothers and sisters that have been doing this for a long time. That got skins on the wall. You understand? They've been serving the Most High for a long time. And just because you've come lately, I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking to the whole. Because we jealous nobody, right? What I'm saying is, respect your elders. You see what I'm saying? Pay homage. When I was coming up on the block, you wasn't getting on without doing that, right? I'm on some chronology right quick, right? But you remember what the Moses said. The children of the dark are wiser than the children of the light, right? So I'm going to go into some wisdom in the dark. You understand? And when I came up, you wasn't getting on when you up here acting like OG wasn't there. In fact, you're going to get off. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get off. But you see, that's what's happening now, too, if you think about it. There's a lot of people that got a lot of potential, but because of pride and arrogance and ignorance, right, that potential only goes so far. So I'm just giving true game. You feel me? Pay homage to the elders. Respect that they put in work before you. Respect that no matter how talented you is, he know how to do this little Harlem shake, this little swivel to make it get done faster than it took experience to learn, right? That just game to the young cats. Because it's the Willie Lynch letters that got you thinking how you think. And you just think because you smarter than them older niggas, right? My bad. Oh, my bad. Them older cats. Yeah. I got two carnology right there. Wow. You feel me? But, you know, it's the Willie Lynch letter that got you. Because back in the day, we honored our elders. You feel me? And the son did what the daddy did and did it better, right? Because he honored his father. Con? But let's get back to it. You know, I told you all through this thing, we're going to try to get game because he wants us to teach. This is the mind frame of a community. You dig? Go look at the books and remembrances that we've covered. Right? You remember Enoch? The one that had the Urim? Remember? The first Urim, Enoch. He wasn't even in the council when after he got the information on what he got in the Urim. The elders were. It's culture. Right? So respect the culture. You're like, LP, man, you out here, you giving the elder the business though right now. Of course. Of course. I've been commissioned. My wife has been commissioned. You understand? But trust, for 2 years, it was double honor to the elder. Okay. You feel me? He had to show himself to be a liar before I even mentioned one of his lies. Do you hear what I'm saying? I was watching him lie. But he had to show himself to be a liar before I said it, because now you're in opposition to my Lord and Savior. And he just asked me not to join with that. But we're going to talk about some of that later. You feel me? But there was double honors to the elder, right? Trust. He wasn't having us in the Urim sessions because we were disrespectful. He didn't have us in council. Yes, we were on council. Yeah, we were counseling and training because he understood we were 23rd. Right, but we was in the council room. Not everybody knew was there. You understand? I'm not big upping us. I'm just trying to let you explain. I'm trying to explain to y'all that it was double honors to the elder. He came to me and said they weren't respecting the elder because I respected him. Trust? Listen, for him to have the audacity to say in front of me and my wife that if someone from Jerusalem came here, Jewish, that they'll believe they were Israel. Yeah. I wasn't giving him Peezee. You did. I could have been quiet and just been looking at people like I wanted to tear some up. He would never say that. Right? I was loving and kind. So I'm just trying to, because, slander may come. Lies may come. And just use your common sense. Well, what made him say that if people acting like that? What made them treat Ari like that if she was acting like that?
Yeah.
Right? It's common sense. And then why are all these people that ain't there no more saying the same thing they saying? Don't be gaslit. And don't think that you can't be gaslit, because I've seen teachers be gaslit. Let's keep pushing, right? So you question his resume. If y'all had seen how he was talking, man. Me being the only witness in this meeting we was having, this council session, what you want to call it, you feel me? I was shocked when Amen even acted like he was questioning that old man's resume, right? Look, because Amen was talking and, trying to be bold, but he sure wasn't as bold as he was when he wasn't there, right? But as soon as he even hinted toward questioning school's resume, that old man started listing the schools he went to, and then asked Amen several times, did he want him to pull up certifications and testimonials? I was like, oh my goodness. Because, I heard the other cousins and Amen, I heard how they was talking. You would think that they knew this brother wasn't about nothing. And I'm watching him lining up. Me, I just got my pen and paper. Yeah, because I'm taking notes. I got my pen and paper. I'm just writing it down. I'm like, man, this dude getting hammered right now. But you know what? Hey, man, praise the Most High. Repentance, right? Of course, I wasn't thinking they had a wicked thought. I was like, yo, they just misunderstanding. Young man, ignorant. Back home, young cats like that too. Give them a little game, learn a little lesson. You pick up your boots and come play. Yeah. You hear me? That's not what happened here. We'll keep going. Oh my goodness. So he started listening. So he asked him, do you want me to pull it up? I will pull it up online. This is documented, right? Y'all know when somebody ready. Y'all know when somebody ready for this conversation? Old school, we ready. You hear me? Ready. You know how you said it? Ready. Yeah. You were ready. You hear me? Amen was like, no, that's all right. Y'all know how Amen talk? Y'all folks that been in community, y'all know, no, blinking them eyes. No, that's okay. I like, because I would think that you would want to see it after how y'all was saying. You would want evidence. Y'all was betting. I should have took the bet. I bet he ain't even. I should have took it, but I was trying not to be messy, right? No. It's all right. That's what Amen said. Because it was evident to Amen. Him and his brothers Dode and his cousin Koki were speaking down on this man in error. It was evident to Amen because it was evident to me, right? And Amen knew I heard it. I was taking notes. He knew I heard all this. They were slandering this old man. Amen is a high priest out of the order of Melchizedek, part of the 22nd community. Character. You hear me? Character. As is the head, so is the tail. You understand? Character. They were slandering that old man, just like Benjamin said they did. Yeah? Just like he said they did. During that conversation between Amen and the older brother asked Amen about the trip he was going on. Because remember I told y'all when that happened with Osni, the next day they went on a trip. But this is before that, right? And so he was asking about the trip. You dig? This is great. The older brother heard where Amen was going through the grapevine. You can't hide nothing in community. Folks choose to believe a lie over there. You feel me? So it went all the way around community. And so he knew where this brother was going. But I guess Amen didn't think that. I don't know. But the old school knew the answer to the question before he asked it. You know how you can tell? I could tell. You right? I could tell how he watched this. He was asking it because he knew Almond was going to learn about timber framing. Huh? Disrespect. This is a master timber framer that lives on your land that you're slandering and talking down, and you're going to spend money and take a trip to learn from someone who is not master. But hey, I don't know the other person. That person might be second best. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just being me. People in the community were saying this, right? Because they're not so unified, right? But that's neither here nor there. It's everywhere. But Almond lied and said he was going somewhere else. Me at that time, I know I just said everybody know everything in the community. I truly didn't know. I really wasn't aware of what was going on, where they was going. We have a whole lot of stuff we were dealing with, right? So I really didn't know. I had to answer my notes of what Almond said because I was dictating their conversation. But the way the older man said, "You're going where?" the way he said it, I was writing notes and I wrote that down. Yes, where you going twice? Then the Almond repeated his answer, and I wrote that down. Right? Then the old man said, "I heard you were going to learn timber framing." So now the old man wasn't even about to let him go. Like, I'm just gonna let you lie. No, he made sure you're going to lie. Right? Almond again said no. Old school said, So I'm in my mind, I'm like, the way he's acting, I'm like, dude knows something, right? Yeah. You could obviously see he had received different information, but Almond kept on the lie, right? So after Almond went out of town with Osney for the week, I was at the greenhouse working one day, right? And Ormy, a Gentile that moved to community with his family like a month before we did, right? And he came and asked me about the question the old school asked Almond, right? He came and asked me. I told him what Almond said. It wasn't what the conversation we even came for was about. And it wasn't a secret, right? It wasn't like, yo, don't talk about it. No one said that. So I told him, right? I told him what Almond answered. Then Ormy said, Almond lied. I said, I don't know. I don't know where the Almond was going. Ormy said he was going to learn timber framing. Say, family. When Ormy found out he lied, that fact spread, because it was a fact he lied. That fact spread around community like a wildfire, yo. Oh, my goodness. And by the time Almond and the other brothers got back, everybody was talking about it, right? And Almond was mad and embarrassed and denied lying. Here we go. That puts me directly in the cross. Y'all see that? Then Benelim comes to my camper, my wife and I's camper, right? And tells me, he calls me outside, right, that Almond did not lie. I said, Benelim, you were not there. He did lie. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, come on, fam, right? Now, I said this because I wasn't just coming out saying he's a lie and a liar. So let me say it how I said it, because I wasn't being away, right? Because
I thought you said he just mismanaged the truth.
That was later. I said, Bentley, I said he didn't lie. Now, he may have had a reason to be dishonest, right? But he was dishonest. And Bentley told me, it's not a lie when you lie to the enemy. Hold up. Hold up. That man is the enemy? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, mind state, mindset, character, family. Character. Now, look. You see when we got here a few days ago? You see how they was treating us? See how the children was treating us? We had become the enemy. What happens when you become the enemy? Akwath, Ahayah. Don't let it be then. You say, oh, that's what Peezee and Ari was saying. Because you might have sold all your stuff.
Come on.
And quit all your business and your job.
Come on.
And moved your family out there.
And encourage somebody else.
And then you start feeling like we feeling. You hear that music? Yeah. The Twilight Zone. You feel me? And then you like, yo. Because remember how we started the first episode? RealJudah been down bad for the past year. You hear me? It was not an easy plight. Leaving there and getting back right out here. We still ain't right. You did. You see what I'm saying? How about you went and sold all you had? You did. And quit all your jobs. You ain't got nothing. And you won't come from the block like P and RE, where you can go get on the corner and hustle with all your babies in the truck, sitting on the block grinding. Ask Oklahoma about RealJudah. Right? And go and get that paper. You ready? I'm not giving us no bump up boost. I'm saying it was so hard I wouldn't wish it on my enemy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You sure you want to make that your risk? And you got the watchman and woman on the wall waving his flag, talking about, we washing our hands, Aqua. We told you. Huh?
Say that.
Come on, man. So now, he's telling me that his grandson did not lie, right? So I'm like, okay, Beneline. But that's right. He said that that man, it's not a lie when you lie to the enemy, right? I said, that man is the enemy? I said, Beneline, Armin asked for a sit down with that man. Armin asked me to go get him to come sit down for peace. Why would one's request to sit down for peace and begin to lie and say it's because they are the enemy? What peace? Beneline told me to say he didn't lie. Now you see that? Yeah, y'all see that? Beneline told me to say he didn't lie. No matter how much assuming the best I was doing, he done took all assumption out the window. You hear me? I ain't got to assume about this. That is not true. He did lie. You weren't there. I was there, and I'm not going to say that. I said, Beneline, if my children heard that exchange, I would not tell them he didn't lie. Beneline, you ain't going to get me to say that. I'm telling the high priest, Beneline, the 22nd high priest, this, because right now he sounds sinful. Right? He's not giving me agency. Right? And this is what they teach. And it's what they teach. He's not giving me agency. And let me tell you something, y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm going to give y'all a quick story, right? I'm going to give y'all a quick story. I like to do this so you can give an understanding about my personality. I was locked up, right, in prison. You feel me? And I remember old school Archie Nobles, man, in my celly, man, old school. You know, he'd been down a few times. You feel me? He say, hey, look, youngster. This before I was in prison, matter of fact. This was at Denton County in the county. He said, youngster, he caught the chain a week after me, so we saw each other in prison too, right? But watch this. He said, youngster, when you get to that prison house, man, you pick up them rules and you read that rule book from start to finish. And you know the rules. Don't go in there like these youngsters acting stupid. And I told y'all, I coming from a time when we pay homage to the old school, right? When old school tell you something, you listen. You hear me? I've been sitting in old school in this Denton County tank for 11 months waiting to go to prison. You hear me? I know he a real cat. You hear me? He give me all types of game. And he a pastor too. It was Reverend Archie Nobles. He gave his life to God. He's the one that told me if it ain't script, it's just lip. When y'all hear me saying that, it was Reverend Archie Nobles. You hear me? I respect that school. You hear me? And he told me that. You know what I did when I got to prison, y'all? I read every word on that prison manual. And yes, it brought me relief to be obedient, right? Because when them laws came in there one day and was harassing me, I understood in the rule book that they only can call me inmate or my name, or it's offender on my name, right? This dude started calling me everything but a child of God, cussing me out. And it says when they do that, you have the right to give them the business, right? As long as you're not threatening. So I kept my hands behind my back, cussed the dude, smooth out. I'm not bragging about that. I'm just saying my personality. Gave him the blues. And they came in there, swatted up and locked me up and put me out. So I felt like I was under the jail in prison. You hear me? Then watch how the Lord work, right? Because I didn't do nothing wrong. I wasn't in there sinning or doing nothing. He was harassing me. Real talk. Well, you know who the captain of the unit was? It was a sister, right? And she walked in there and she see my last name. And she said, where you from? And I say, my people from Nigeria. And she said, what you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Because I guess she went to college with my people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what you doing? Man, she was cool, fam. She was cool. I told her what happened. She gonna look at the cameras, everything, say I wasn't lying. Told her I kept my hands behind my back. And she said, well, yeah, he got an attitude issue. You hear me? She took me straight to her office and picked up the phone and dialed my mama. I hadn't spoke to my mama in over a year. You hear me? You dig? I talked to my mama and went back feeling like $1,000,000. You know what happened when I went back to the dorm? It was a brother, old school, a different brother. He was mad that I didn't get in trouble. He was talking down on me. I'm here to tell you, you feel me, that I ain't had to fake. I ain't had to do none of that. I keep it real. My personality is I knew the rules. I knew what the rules said. And you weren't about to come and do me no kind of way. And I went to Ben Aline's community with the same mindset. You hear me? I read these books. I studied it. And I've come over here and I've given you honor, old man. You hear me? You ain't about to do me no kind of way. You ain't about to come make me lie. Right? He was trying to make me bow down to him, y'all. And it means something what I'm saying. It means something. Because there's other Israelites that's bowed the knee. You feel me? Ben Aline told me to say that his grandson didn't lie. I said, Ben Aline, if my children was there, y'all heard me. I wouldn't say that. Yeah. Ben Aline ain't going to get me to say that. Yo. Y'all people that just be believing Ben Aline. Is that how he talks to y'all? Right? Just don't believe your lying eyes. Right? I couldn't believe he was telling me this. I said, Ben Aline, I'm saying that ain't the truth. That's what I'm saying to you. Ben Aline then said, I'm going to have to show y'all a lesson in calling a high priest a liar. I said, do what you got to do. This dude got me messed up. I'm thinking this dude got me, at this point, I'm like, bro, I don't know what title the Most High gave you, but I know he ain't told you that, and you got the right one. You feel me? I'm thinking that, but I'm trying to chill, right? But it's some things that I ain't about to do, and I'm letting all of y'all know that. I'm letting all y'all know there's certain things that I'm just not with. It's not my character, right? And when you bring that to me or act like that or do stuff behind me and I see it, you the plague. Till repentance comes. Because them the type to kill folks, yo. I've seen it. I know them. Yeah? Just keep pushing, though. So, you know, he done threatened me. That's basically what he did. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show you about, he said y'all because, you know, Army was doing it too, right? About calling the high priest a liar. I said, do what you got to do. I don't care if it's the high priest, y'all, or not. Ain't nobody going to tell me I saw what I didn't see. I just not. That's going to be a problem because that's madness. You understand? Not to condemn any other brother, right? No, I'm just saying that's madness, yo. Soon after that, they took us to trial. They took us to trial, yo. They took us to trial. They get mad when we call it trial. They call it counsel. It was trial. They lined up, dude. They lined up.
I said no, it was trial.
It lined up. They got these little flasks that got like different elements in it that represent each Era Kodeshi that are in the council. Like, you know, the 12, you know. And so they had put them all out there. This was a big deal.
They went outside, said their prayers.
Man, they was
everybody for it.
Man, y'all. So my wife and I were sitting in front of council. But you know what, baby? Tell the people how that went. Wait. Before you say that, we're going to trial for that lying situation, right? Before we go to trial, listen, y'all. Before we go to trial, like an hour before, I'm working my job for that day at the greenhouse, and Kanan, we talked about him before, another high priest at community, right? There's three of them. There's Ben Aline, the head, he's the overseer of community. There's Armin, his grandson, he's a high priest, and there's Kanan, he's a high priest, right? So Kanan, a high priest, tells me and Armin, who is going to trial with us, him and his wife, because remember I think he was the one that spread it, but I don't know.
He was bucking the system.
He was bucking. Hey, let me tell you something, y'all. Army was calling them folks out on all their lies and all the stuff they be promoting to the people.
They hypocrisy.
Yeah, Army was giving them the blues. Army is a 32nd or 33rd degree Mason.
I don't know if that's been confirmed. Has it?
Oh yeah, he was a Mason.
Oh, he was.
Okay. He said that he.
Okay, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
I don't know, but
But he said that he put it down.
Yeah.
I just don't know if you can do that. I thought, whatever. But he was giving them the blues, and you know he was giving it to them bad, right? And so that's why they were trying to really get him, right? And then Ben Aline was just lumping my house into it because, well, he wasn't lying. The dude lied, and I wasn't gonna lie just to be cool with Ben Aline, right? Look, y'all, I don't believe that Ben-Elim can make or break my salvation. Right? I don't believe that Ben-Elim can appoint me or unappoint me from anything. Right?
What folly?
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that Ben-Elim can say I'm this and say I'm not this. I don't believe Ben-Elim knows that. Right? And even if he did know that, he can't override the Messiah.
No.
Therefore, I am not one of those people that are moved by Ben-Elim and made to do something because I'm scared he will not like me. Right? He is not God. You understand? I'm just going to keep it real. And I'm saying that for brothers and sisters that's struggling with that. You understand? Real talk. So, me and Army, we going to trial. You know, his wife going with us. And Canaan comes and tells me and Army, right? Army and I, that we just need to submit. Oh, my goodness. That sounds like Japanese. But he said that to me and Army, right? And Ben-Elim had just left from Canaan's house. This is what Canaan's saying. Ben-Elim had just left from his house saying that everyone on their council needed to agree with what he was saying no matter what. No matter if they agree with it or not. These people, talking about us, my family and Army's family and all the new people, I guess. These people are coming to take over our council or their council. That's what Ben-Elim went and told another high priest. Yo, fam. Yo, Canaan was terrified. I'm saying this for a reason. Fear. Canaan was terrified. This was genuine fear. This is what's going on over there in their community. They're scared, yo. Why would they be scared, P? Yo, some of them been living 20 years. My wife and I were just living there 2 years. And I tell you how hard it was to come back out here. If they kicking them out, it's like a death sentence. 20 years, the culture didn't change. How you going to do that? You feel indebted. That's not how Zion going to be. You hear me? You're not going to be a Zion scared to speak up the truth because of fear. You understand? This is the things that Mosa wants me to showcase and tell. These are the things that Mosa wants us to know that it's not going to be. You understand? He just told him that. I said, man, if y'all seen Canaan's face, and Army began to be terrified. Army wasn't just a Mason in his past. He was a military dude. Special ops. Army began to be terrified. I saw their fear. I saw it, right? And I wasn't thinking of this at that time, right? I wasn't. But the Father wanted me to see the fear. And I remember that, right? Why would Army be scared? He got paper. He got all that. Well, Army lost his leg in the military, right? So to survive what Army knows is coming, you know, there could be a concern that he ain't going to be able to do it. You know, found the way, and fear can come. This is my opinion. He didn't tell me that, but I saw fear. And the Lord be showing us, right? And I give a testimony later on to confirm about Army, right? Fear. I saw that fear. Army said, what are we supposed to do? Bend over and take it? I remember that, yo. I'm just listening. I'm listening to all this. He just walked up and said it. I ain't had no chance to respond, you know, I'm soaking it up. Because you telling me this dude that came to your house, he tampering with the witness. Like, what was he tampering with the jury? What's like? That's what I'm on.
He interfering with everybody being able to hear the Spirit for themselves.
Like, that's what I'm on. So I'm letting that marinate in my mind. And I'm thinking, how can the high priest be doing that? You know, all the questions that y'all probably asking yourself right now when you're hearing it. I'm processing that at the moment. Like, how? And it's like a spirit came on me, yo. They can't even understand. Army and Canaan they don't even understand what I'm talking about. When Army said, what we supposed to do? Bend over and take it? And then I hear Canaan say, just let him say what he's going to say and it'll pass over. I said, these people are oppressed. What do you mean? Let him say what he's going to say and it'll pass over. He's about to lie. And we all knew it. Right? So I'm like, huh? Y'all know me. I told them right there, I ain't bending over to nobody. No matter what Ben-Elim thinks he is or he's about to do, right? The Messiah in control and he going to have his way. That's what I said. Y'all wait and see. And I left and went, got my wife, Babe, what happened to trial? I went and got my wife and went right up there because now I'm ready. You understand, babe? What happened to trial?
So at the beginning of the meeting, Ben-Alim tried to play on the feelings of the wives, which was myself and Amuna, Ormi's wife. And he tried to join us to the feelings of Dildani, who is Ben-Alim's wife. The revelation that she had that sparked a lot of this that they were discussing with us. So the heart of the message that she said that she received was that she felt she had to protect her people from the strangers, which was us, that they let in their home that they didn't feel loved them. And everybody but 2 people?
Yeah, it was 2 people.
Everybody but 2 people on that council ended up agreeing with her. Ben-Alim voiced his concerns with a tone of like it was like accusation / assumption, right? That he felt we were just going to go back to the world and start making videos to slander them, like a brother who had visited the property before we came. Because I and the other wife, like I said in the beginning, were basically put on Front Street, trying to join us to the feelings or whatnot. I felt obligated to respond. You know, they ran their whole spiel. We sat there and we listened. And when they were done, I spoke up. I told them, I said...
Whoa. Well, no, the first thing, when they were done, before you spoke, the first thing I said was, before you go on, because remember, he was about to lay the judgment. They did all that talking, and he was about to judge. Mm-hmm. And I said, but whoa, can I say something before you do that? And all I said, y'all, I looked at everybody on the council. And I said, do y'all all agree? Because they was lying and slandering and saying things that wasn't true, right? Obviously, if you've been living in the community and you're on that council, you know it's not true. So I said, do all of y'all agree with it?
Oh my gosh, it was like a movie. Like the ones who really didn't like us, like we could already perceive they had a problem with us. They was shaking their head with boldness. Like, yeah, we agree. And then there was them few, but 2. There was them 2 who was like, you know when you nod your head and your chin and your chest, like you barely trying, like nah, we ain't with that.
One person was just shaking his head no.
Yeah, he was doing it on the low.
Oh man, it was tough. Oh, I was like, okay. And then my wife went and took it in. I think I said some certain things. I had a back and forth with Cokie and them. But go ahead. I
don't remember what you said. But because I and the wife, right, we were basically put on Front Street. You know, Ben-Alim tried to play on our feelings, join us to Dildani's revelation. I let them know. I said, look, we are not destitute to stay here. And at any given minute, that we are no longer welcome today or tomorrow. We have no problem in departing y'all in peace. I told Ben-Alim that the Lord is who sent us here. And we didn't come out of fear. You know, we had already heard there had been people in time past. They came for the lifestyle, to work the farm. It's hard in Babylon. It's an easier life. We didn't come for those reasons. We didn't come out of fear. We didn't even come on our own merit. Right? The Lord is not leading us to make a video and slander y'all. He's not leading us to make a video and even expose, rightfully so, the stuff that we have seen y'all do, right? And if the Lord had been leading us to do that, it would have already been done.
That's right.
Right? We talked about those things. Those were concerns that my husband and myself had from the jump in relation to our people. And our people is not just the house of Israel. We're talking about the Gentile as well, right? That y'all would come up there, y'all would get wind of what they were doing, and y'all would renounce the books. Because it's like, how can this be true if they operate this way? Well, at council, I spoke on that too. That situation with Shema and Ida, whatnot. How I was told to operate a certain way by leadership, right? Shema, the one who told me that, was the chief scribe at that time and also the secretary for the community. So the leadership had told me that it was okay to operate that way. And I ended up getting treated bad for it. I didn't call no names at this council meeting because my MO was never to bring other people down with me, right? But Shema knew exactly who I was talking to and exactly what I was talking about. And she sat there quietly with her head down, and she said nothing to defend me.
Amazing, yo. It was amazing.
Character. She said nothing to defend me. And I can't even lie. My husband, right before the council meeting, right, is when, like what he just said about what Canaan had came and told him, how Ben-Alim was rallying everybody up, saying no matter what, you're gonna roll with the team, gang, right? I feel for her because her husband, Kanan, telling my husband that right before the meeting, it scared them. And, you know, Benalim threatening them that no matter what happened, they were to roll with him, not necessarily the truth. That's exactly what they did.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they did. And so she was under her own set of opposition. And so I already have forgiven her. But even now, like, we're not presently living it. So, you know, when you are presently going through the fire, there's all these feelings and, you know, concern. We're not in that right now. So even being in this position, being able to look from afar in the past at how that happened, you know what? I feel for her. I feel for her because what could she possibly have felt knowing what she did, how it affected somebody negatively, and how by her own leader, her own spiritual authority, her hands were tied to even do anything about it.
Zion ain't gonna be like that, family. That ain't my Messiah.
No.
That's man. Go ahead though.
Yes, and so, you know, as soon as I was done speaking and saying all of these things, Dildani,
Benalim's wife.
I mean, as soon.
Man, I couldn't believe it.
As soon as I was done speaking, Dildani said, listen, I think we're all just misunderstanding what he's saying, okay? And she talking about Benalim, the one who orchestrated the meeting. Me and my husband looking like, no, he was very clear.
He was real clear, and we looking like that in their face,
y'all
tripping.
He was very clear. I think, and we didn't say this, but this is exactly how we felt, right? I think y'all realize now that y'all done bit off more than you could chew.
Real talk.
You see what I'm saying?
Real talk.
And so that's how that went.
And family, it ended like that. No exaggeration, no cap. She just bust out like that and say that because it was looking bad. Because I ain't gonna lie. They were lying so much and gaslighting so much. I was starting to get frustrated. Right? Mm-hmm. And so wifey, Ari, she took over, man. Because I was about to go off of them folks. Because, you know, I can't understand that it was wicked. You feel me? But I wasn't seeing that they were wicked. I was just frustrated. I was like mad. Like y'all. Yeah. And then I got quiet. And then my wife just eviscerated them. That's all I was saying. The spirit, she eviscerated them. And
all praise to the
Most High for my beautiful wife, because they was trying to get at us. You hear me? And but I did have faith in the spirit before we even got there, and that's how the spirit operated. So after that, Benalim wasn't done though, right? He started harassing us another way, right? But it was just amazing how the Father intervened in that, and I was hoping that Kanan and Ormy could get strength from that, because they know the conversation us three men had before that went down, right? Mm-hmm. And how they was moving and how they felt. You dig? And I want y'all to remember that, right? The Father would not let me have an ounce of fear at that moment. Especially when they said what they said. I'm like, well, y'all your mind. Y'all, where's not Mama side, Motsa, Hamashiach? Y'all know what I've been in. I be underwater. You know, chunk all underwater, come out bone dry. You gonna tell me I'm about to bend over? Kick rocks. You hear me? Kick rocks. Man, so but after all that, he wasn't done. He started telling his council members that he was gonna put us in our place. Oh my goodness. This is right back to back. Because, you know, that's not how Benalim wanted that council session or that trial to end.
No.
He was trying to sun us.
No.
You know?
And let me say this real quick. What we went there for, what my husband just outlined, like, oh, I have to teach you a lesson, not to say that the high priest is lying. You see what I'm saying? As soon as that council meeting was over, Benalim came and sat me down and started telling me how he was going to make us a pipe. He as soon as that meeting was over, he came and sat down next to me and started saying, yeah, I'm going to start making your pipe. It's going to be this. And I'm like, okay, but we was just lined up to be this.
Yeah.
What changed?
Strangers? You're out in your home.
What changed?
Cap. You see what I'm saying? Hey, baby, where your pipe?
Half made, sitting on his shelf still probably.
See that?
It never got finished.
Say that.
Yeah.
Cap. See, when he, you know, he got cut, and that's he's really a game runner, right? You know, I'm saying this with sympathy too, like how P had that sympathy. Because, man, like, he had to go and start a community and bring righteousness back to that type of living. And he come up in this society too, right? We don't know how to do that stuff. You hear me? Yeah, he got all the information first, but he, I studied books. You remember Enoch? Enoch got the sanctity of marriage, and they got the calendar. Remember when he got the calendar? It said it took like from when them children that were there were young till they were married before they got it right. All those years. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why ones be asking questions like, man, how can the high priest do these things? Well, he's just not getting the information.
Yeah.
Enoch and them, they lived a lot more years. And the Father be putting on my spirit that he going to endow us a lot quicker to pick it up. But still, they had just got it. We were there when we had just came to visit for that first ingathering. They just got the book of Melchizedek. You see what I'm saying? So when we there, they're not even really truly practicing the book of Melchizedek correctly. Because now when I'm really diving into this stuff and studying it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I saw a lot of things, so I'm not over here just bashing on them. They're paving the way, right? So there's things that are in this book that they haven't figured out all the way yet. So, yeah, all praises, you know what I'm saying? So he's now moving. He started to act the way now because this stuff got exposed. You see how what my wife said. He just away, so he's trying to get control of his community, and he don't know how to do that righteously yet. He still tries to manipulate, right? Like this world taught us to do. You feel me? Force folks to do it. I don't think he realizes. Well, yeah, I think he does. I'm not gonna make excuses for him. I'm just gonna tell y'all what happened. He started telling his council those things, right? He gonna put us in place and start teaching the true culture of Zion, right? I'm like, he was about to show us how our culture wasn't it. You feel me? That's what he was basically trying to do. He was trying to son us in another way, right? And I'm listening to this, and then I'm watching his man, really, he's trying to make us move like them. Remember I told you what the Father is concerned about. He's trying to make us move like them, right?
I remember when we first got the letter, they sent out notices. Remember when Samuel L. Jackson on Jurassic Park said, hold on to your butts.
Because we know this dude about to do something, because we left that on trial looking at Beneline's face, right? Yeah. And so then we like, okay, this dude ain't done, right? Come on, fam, we got discernment. You know what I'm saying? And so when we get this letter, like, we're like, oh, here we go. You hear me? And so it seemed like he going to make us lay down and leave, something like that, right? It was a big deal around community, fam. People like Koki was going around saying, Ben Lim, he going to put the new people in their place. I know y'all that was there know what I'm talking about. Come on, Ola, hey, Loki, y'all know what I'm saying? And then we like, oh my goodness. And it's kind of sobering because we like, this is Ben Lim. It's his community. He can do whatever he wants, right? And I felt bad for some of the brothers and sisters that came new around the time we did, right? Because not everybody was in our situation. Yeah. Or situation. They weren't in that. They was like, what they gonna do? Where they gonna go? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You kind of subject. You know what I'm saying? To what was going on. Me and my wife bold as a lion. I'm feeling the way like this dude here. You know, all I know is he ain't about to have me doing something that ain't real. No. You understand? That's all I knew. So I'm just prepared to leave. Yeah. Right? Nah. They ain't gonna have me doing anything against our people either. No. You did? Because that's what the tenor sounded. That's what it sounded like. What it felt like. You hear me? Because they were, nah.
The closest thing to it that you could even say in relation to that is the extended period of our silence. Yes. And even that was divine timing. Right. God gave us the green light, we on go.
Come on, man. And so, like, we knew he was planning to do what he said because he sent that packet around for everyone to read concerning the culture of Zion, and it ain't feel good. You know when you read something, you're like, oh, he about to be wrecking. He about to be reckless right here. You hear me? So we were patiently waiting on that Sabbath day when he would lay down the law. Right? We understood he was trying to son us. We knew it. Make us bow to him. It was obvious. But we said we won't accuse.
We kept that between ourselves.
Yeah, we get and you know, people like Nioki and folks was coming up there letting us know, like, they told us what was going to happen before it happened, because you know how folks be, they have their circles, so they're going to tell them before we ever know, and we have people that will come talk to us. You understand? So on prep day, you know, the day before Sabbath, y'all, this is amazing, yo. But this right here should be confidence for us, Israel. The Father wants us to tell these testimonies because he wants you to know that he's with you. When you choose him, he's not going to forget you. No. You see what I'm saying?
Never leave you nor forsake you.
At all. So the day on prep day, the day before Sabbath, Beneline comes to our camper and says he wants to talk to my wife and I, right? Mm-hmm. We invite him in and give him a seat, right? And it gave him the floor. And we listened. Mm-hmm. People out, hey, y'all, I'm African. I be laughing, yo. I be laughing, fam.
Can't watch a movie.
I be laughing at the wrong scenes. All right, my bad, y'all. So, look, I can't believe it still, right? I praise the Most High. Praise the Father, yo. Praise the Father. We invite him in. We listen, right? We ain't know what to expect. Our relationship with Beneline had been strained at this time, trial and all this, man. And now at this point, we starting to run our mouth a little bit. Not disrespectfully, but we letting him know that this ain't going to be no push over. These folks that got some sense. Yeah, they must think black folk come, what they call it? Black culture?
Yeah, black culture.
Oh,
we just happy to be here.
Yeah,
that's it.
Like we don't got no sense, right? And I'm looking at them like they're not impressive. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
In a righteous way.
I'm keeping it real, yo. I'm not even trying to put nobody down, right? When you walking around and you're dealing with people like this dude is a problem. Like you're gonna really have to be on your P's and Q's talking to him because they weren't impressive. They weren't. It was just stressful. Yeah. You feel me? They weren't impressive, right? That's where I'll give Elder Ricard a little bit more on that. He a little impressive. He would say something. Like, yeah, that dude smooth twisted that real smooth, like real smooth, and you can see how people would believe it. These cats gonna say over here, only way you're gonna believe it is either you want to or you just gotta believe him. Yeah. Right? Because if you was there, you're like, come on, fam. Yeah. Come on. You're gonna be talking to him like Zeeb. Come on, Zeeb. Come on, Zeeb. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Bruh. So we ain't no expect. Relationship strained. Yeah. We like 7 months into our 2-year stay there. It's like around that. Yeah. So Beneline begins to tell us about a dream he had the night before. He said in his dream he saw a rotting butternut squash. And then he told us what butternut squash felt. We ain't know. We ain't know. Hold up. Let me put the definition of butternut squash. Let me put the definition of butternut squash on here, right? We're going to the Handbook of Established Righteousness again, right? Page 84. Y'all look at butternut squash, right? Baby, read that.
Butternut squash. Celebrating your opportunities in community.
Ooh. Remember the butternut squash was rotting in his dream?
Ain't that clear?
I'm laughing and crunk because Erica, that should be talking, yo. Okay. You hear me? They be talking to, these books we had situations come up where y'all might be thinking, man, look all this stuff going. How can y'all still believe the books? Because stuff like this happen. Yeah. This, you can't make it up.
Yeah, no.
We got Ola on here. We got
Mama
Loke on here. You hear me? They know what was going on.
Aja on here.
We come to them after that telling me, I think Beneline about the 180. You hear me? Because he really came to us and said that stuff. We like, right? Beneline knew what it meant. Yeah, the rotten butternut squash. He Beneline, right? He is the high priest of the 22nd community. He is that Beneline in that book. He really is him. He understands. He crossed over before. He understands the feeling of things. When he saw that rotting butternut squash, he knew the Father was talking to him. Mm-hmm. Right? So he asked, do you feel like we're treating you right here in community? Look at this, y'all.
Come on.
Look at this. Remember I told y'all when I was making one of those first few videos, maybe not in this part right here, but in the early ones like a year ago, right? And 6 months ago, I don't know which one it was, but I said that he is a high priest out of the order of Melchizedek. I believe fully and firmly that Beneline is going to repent, right? Because I believe the books. That's why. Mm-hmm. Not because I believe in Beneline, but I believe the books. And men and women out of that order are predestined to repent. It didn't say they're predestined not to sin. They're predestined to repent, right? I'm trying to teach, right? Mm-hmm. So y'all can understand what's going on. Because when you have that understanding, then you're like, oh, so ones can mess up. Of course. Mm-hmm. Ezekiel said that you can start off wicked, but if you end righteousness and die in that righteousness, you will end in righteousness in the kingdom. Mm-hmm. But if you start righteous and you end wicked, where you going? Mm-hmm. Right? So righteous folks can fall off.
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
A just man falls 7 times.
Come on, fam. So, cause why are we emphasizing? Because folks will believe if it's Beneline, what are we gonna do? My Judah, Ahayah, My God is not dead.
Come on.
You feel me? What are you talking about? What we gonna do? I'm gonna get on my knees and pray. I'm not gonna eat something for a few days. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna remind him what he told me. That's what we gonna do.
Come on.
What you talking about? I did not start believing in God when I met Ben Aleem.
Come on.
Ben Aleem just showed me God's still there. Ben Aleem was just an answer to my question to God, not Ben Aleem.
Come on.
Huh?
Rent your heart, not your garments.
Do you feel like we are treating you right here in community? That's what he asked. Y'all see this? Once again, the Father was confirming us to Ben Aleem. Again. Remember the counts? We just told y'all, we've been saying past couple of days, Jamal and his group, and his lie and how he denied it and got us put on trial. We were their guests who they were supposed to be showing how to live this life. They were supposed to show Israel how to live his life. Read the books. The book of Remembrance of Moses. Right? And they were stressing us out like this. And my wife and I was reproving them the whole time, even though they was persecuting us. My wife postpartum. Remember, my daughter wasn't a year old yet. She came, look, y'all, when we went to that first in-gathering we talked to y'all about a couple episodes back, my little baby was like 3 weeks old. My wife had the baby 3 weeks before that and went all the way out to live in the wilderness for 10 days with them on tabernacles. Like, we were getting called by the Spirit.
Yeah.
I didn't expect my wife to go. She said, I'm going. I'm like, look, that's the word walk. I ain't about to argue this one. That's the word walk. She ain't about to let me go out there to get out and I don't ever come home. I know she wasn't about to let that happen. Right? I'm going to let you know we've been called. Need to be acting like this? Yeah, he sent him a dream. Yeah, he sent him when you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Nigga, we Israel. What you mean he ain't sent him no dream?
Come on.
This is what I gave you this for, Ben Aleem.
Come on.
I told you this was going to happen. Go read Achi. I think it's chapter 5. I told you that I'm going to send my people Israel to you. You don't have to do nothing. Just write this law and I'm going to send them. I told you, and look what you're doing.
Say that.
Look what you're doing. Come on, man. I reproved them so hard over Jamal and his group, y'all. You hear me? Look, my daddy taught me something, yo. He told me, like, family business is family business, right? You don't put your dirty laundry on the street for everybody to see. You dig? And when we live in the community, we're their family. Feel me? That's how I am. If y'all in the community with me, y'all are my family. So y'all can do all that madness you do in the house. I ain't about to go talk about my mom in the streets. I talk about my wife in the streets. I hope they don't talk about me in the streets. That's family, yo. That's how we do. We reprove each other. We work it out, right? If we're going to bring someone else from the outside, they're coming to help. Or they can get them out because we'll so turn on you, right? So that's how I did with them. I was reproving them hard for Jamal, but I wasn't going out broadcasting out there. Everyone calling Jamal, look what they did, because I didn't know Jamal. I knew them. I ain't fake, y'all. You feel me? Your color of your skin ain't what gets you in my car. You hear me? The color of your skin don't get you in my car. You dig? What gets you in my car, bro, sis, is righteousness. Being 100, keeping it real. You dig? So just because they was white does not make them not my family. I'm living here. I'm struggling with them. I'm trying to get food to eat and everything. So I ain't that way, right? But I know that my family is Jamal and Kayla. They Israelites.
Absolutely.
They are my family.
Yep, that's it.
So I had to understand how the Lord wanted me to operate. Y'all get us to operate, huh? But you better believe he was telling me to reprove them, telling my wife to reprove them, and we were in loving kindness. So watch this. The day after, right, that Jamal and Kayla left, I didn't say this yesterday, right? It was like a couple days after, or a day after, I don't know. Ben Aleem came to me the day and told me the Lord gave him my name, right? Latasha, right? That's what he said, Latasha, teacher of God, right? Let's think about that. I wasn't teaching a lesson in class when the Father told Ben Aleem my name, right? I was reproving them. Once again, the Messiah was proving my wife and myself to Ben Aleem. A teacher is one who reproves people. To teach is to reprove. The Lord was telling Ben-Elim to take heed to what me and my wife was saying. That's why the Lord gave him my name. See that? I ain't even came out here and said that. It's the first time I'm saying it on here, right?
Yeah.
I ain't like, he gave my name. I ain't like the name at first, y'all. You know why? Because I felt Ben-Elim was trying to tell me something to make me be quiet. That's why. I felt like he was doing that Ben-Elim stuff. And I ain't, remember, baby?
Oh, yeah.
I was not feeling it.
We both felt it.
You hear me? And I ain't accept the name for a real long time. Real talk until we left community and the Lord confirmed my name to my wife.
Yeah.
So when he came to my wife and said, it's Latasha, he is my teacher. Right? And so I was like, okay, well, you know, that's what's up. That's what's up. So when Ben-Elim asked us, do we feel like they were treating us right in community? I say, you know, Ben-Elim, you're treating us great. No. I said, Ben-Elim, we have some concerns. Huh? This Israel thing seems to be a problem amongst your people. They act as if they don't know and believe we're the people. Because we quickly discerned that was part of the reason we were being persecuted. Right? I'm telling y'all, Israel. Being honest. And you're going to be, I thought he had the Urim. Yeah, me too. Right?
I thought they were very, very brown.
Right. Remember the book? They were very brown. Right? I just knew this wasn't going to be an issue. Now, racism is real. Right? And Ben-Elim know the Indian folks are black too. He just don't think they're our people. You see that? He got a problem with us over here, fam. Right?
Not you.
You hear me? All right, so we quickly discerned that this Israelite thing was a problem. Say y'all, first 7 months. Y'all ain't start hearing Israel being an issue up in the communities like what? The last 6 months we were there? Last 3 months?
Yeah.
This is the first 7 months we come and told this to Ben-Elim. Ben-Elim responded when we said that. This land is you guys. Like he just believed was Israel.
He said, after ingathering.
Yes.
This land is going to be yours. Yeah.
After ingathering, that was going to be like a couple weeks away, a few months. Yeah. This land was going to be ours. I was like, yo, we ain't looking for all that. You know what I'm saying?
I still don't understand to this day why he said that. Like, you know how you be conversating and you trying to flow with the conversation and somebody just throw a curveball and you like...
Fear. That's why he said it, fear.
Yeah.
The same reason he went over there to all the people in his council. Y'all say everything I'm saying because they're trying to take our spot.
Yeah.
They scared of us, Israel.
And that wasn't even our MO. We wasn't expecting to inherit.
You see the spirit? Y'all, hey, we ain't got there in this Clear Eyes No Visine playlist, but the next high priest in the series is Achi, right? And when we read Achi, but it don't matter, right? It's because it's about when we get to Jacob and his priesthood, right? We understand and we learn that there's a war on Israel. There's a war on our people and our nation. There's a spiritual war. So no matter how much you think Ben-Elim knew and saw in Urim, racism is against our people. And there's a spirit against that, right? And so in their whole community. So when Israel comes to their land and they're dealing with some kind of sin, that means the devil has right to be in there, right? And he's scared of us. The devil, he's scared of us. We have been created to bring him down. You feel me? And so even if we don't know what he do, right? And so when we walk up in there, oh man, it's all types of opposition now. He gonna turn up their fears. It's fear. That's how he can move like that, right? Man. But he said, this land is you guys. It's for you, Israel. That's what he said. Long story short, he told us they were going to make changes. Huh? My wife and I were surprised, yo. And we still were not sure what Ben-Elim would say the next day at church, right? Because he never really came out until he just sent a packet and we just hearing through the grapevine. Con? So, but we had a feeling that Koki and other members of the community that were happy we were going to be getting checked. We had a feeling they was going to be surprised, right? The next day at church, they were surprised. You feel me? Ben-Elim did a complete 180 in the direction he was going to go with it. Huh? The father reproved him in a dream with an Erech Kodeshi reproval. Yeah. Huh? Yep. The Messiah used Erech Kodeshi, but in a squash to reprove Ben-Elim. Huh? The father was teaching us, and we ain't even know it. He brought us here and wasn't anybody going to make us leave a day before he instructed us to. That's right. You see that? He wasn't going to allow them to put us in a position where we couldn't stay. So he gave him a dream that shook Ben-Alim. So after that episode right there, that whole situation, Ben-Alim started chilling out towards us, right? He started chilling out. Real talk. He started really changing. He began to be friendly again, right? Then one day Ben-Alim asked me to reprove the community for how they've been treating the guest, right? Oh, yeah. I think we're gonna, yeah, let's tell this one tonight. Okay, so one day Ben-Alim asked me to reprove the community for how they have been treating the guest, right? That's how much he been, the father really dealt with him on that situation. So I said, I'll do it. I'll do it, right? First thing I did was call all the Israelite brothers that I knew to contact everyone they knew that had experience with the community so we could give a well-rounded reproval, right? I was trying to do this in a righteous way. I was, because I felt like this was a task the father had put me on, right? Y'all watch this. I told them to email me their reprovals, right? I told Sabal about this reproval session coming up as well. Yeah, I told Sabal. Say, family. Sabal sent me a letter that he sent his reproval about how they treat guests wrong. Sabal did, because he knew what we were talking about, right? And when things were going on that were meant for me to speak out to somebody, I'll talk to Sabal. Because I knew he had been there and he knows these folks, and I wasn't worried about him falling away. You see, so I could tell him some stuff, even though it never felt comforting. You feel me? But Sabal sent an email. The problem was when I went to the greenhouse to print it, the printer wasn't working, so I couldn't print it out, right? So it didn't get read, right? So I started heading to the church though to prepare for this church session with the whole community, right? When I was headed to the church, this is the morning of, right? I'm going up there early to do something. I can't remember. I was going to do something, though. I seen an Israelite brother that had been dealing with the community a lot longer than me, YASHAYA, right? I didn't even know he was pulling up. You feel me? I did tell him about this as well, though, because remember I told all the brothers that I knew that I had their number. I told them. But I didn't know he was pulling up. Everybody in community, when he pulled up, acted as if they was cool with YASHAYA.
Oh, my gosh.
Look, whenever anybody talked about YASHAYA before that, they always had a good report about him. Like, he used to come over there and stay sometimes, right? Plus, when everybody saw him that day, they was acting as if they was happy to see him. Children running up over there jumping like, YASHAYA! I'm like, okay, that's what's up. And I'm seeing all this, right? I'm seeing they like YASHAYA. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Like, they don't like us like that, right? And my goal is like for them to receive the reproval. I don't have no qualm about reproving them, but I'm like, this got to be the Spirit.
Yeah.
This dude just pulled up, like it wasn't set up, and I know they like him. I say, YASHAYA. What you doing here? He said, I decided to see this for myself. That's how bad they treat folks.
Yeah, okay.
That's how bad they treat folks. He done rode 2-3 hours to come up here for this.
Okay.
It's at least 2 hours. He would come, an hour and a half, something like that. He rode up there. You hear me? Okay. So I thought since they know him very well, look how they're happy to see YASHAYA. I said, and he was one of the first person to tell me how community can be. YASHAYA keep it real. He'll tell you. You hear me? Out of Cali. You hear me? Him and Alma. I'm going to keep it real. Alma said it too.
Yep.
Alma, Sabal's wife? Yeah. That's why I'm sure.
She going to give you the business.
She going to tell it. That's why I'm sure she'll tell you the truth.
Okay.
Right? So listen. I figure he'll be better to give the approval than me. YASHAYA agreed. He agreed. So as soon as Ben-Alim pulled up, I told him to change the plans. I ain't springing on him. You hear me? Again, I didn't think it would be a problem because they knew YASHAYA better than me. Ben-Alim paused for a moment, but nothing to make me repent. Then Ben-Alim said he was okay with it. So YASHAYA went in and gave the reproval, right?
Ben-Alim agreed to it?
Yeah, but come on, baby.
Oh, no.
Right in front of YASHAYA.
No.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah. So you remember when I even went over there with being kind and repenting for having him go up there and reprove?
No. Wow, completely vindicated.
No, I was when I did it. But the Lord showed me how I could have seen better that he was going to be offended. We knew that they couldn't take reproval. We knew it before that.
But he agreed to it.
Oh, I'm not condoning him. He's off. You see what I'm saying? But that's what the Lord showed me. He said, he couldn't take reproval, so you shouldn't let YASHAYA go up there. Because the Father told me, he showed me, because like my parents are from Nigeria, right? And we are heavy culture, right? And if I would have brought someone in my house to reprove my daddy, right, that ain't from my house, my daddy would have been like, felt totally disrespected, right? Now, trust, like I said, I thought YASHAYA and them were closer than them with me, right? But the Father put on my spirit that you live there with them. YASHAYA doesn't live there with them, right? So I had the Father, it took me a minute because I was so hot about what I'm about to tell y'all, right? Let me not get ahead, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we went to Beneline first. I ain't about to do him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody go have someone I said I'm gonna do it.
That's why I say that was above you.
Yeah, like,
because how he just pulled up like that, like you had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and I told him, and
then Benalim agreed to it.
Oh yeah, he agreed, right? He agreed. Yes, real talk, right? And if YASHAYA on here, I don't know if YASHAYA listens to this at all, because he don't really fool with the books no more after they done did him like this, right? And so I don't know if he can hear this, but I asked him right there, and he agreed. And I believe when YASHAYA gave the reproval, he did a better job than I might have done, unless the Father willed it, right? I found nothing wrong with his reproval.
No error in it.
Come on, fam. None. So when YASHAYA was finished, he asked if anybody had any questions or statements. A few people had some things to say, but nothing really like to come against him. Remember? Koki was visibly hot.
They was hot and silent.
Koki was hot, y'all. He couldn't say where YASHAYA lied. No, he was hot because YASHAYA came into the church and reproved them. You know the people that say look for reproval everywhere it can be found? Yeah, they ain't like that. They found reproval. They threw it back. You hear me? Yeah. Koki and Beneline Beneline too were hot. They was pissed.
Donnie told us.
What'd she say?
Donnie told us, she said, "No, those Livingston Millers, they don't like that. They don't like nobody coming up in here telling them,
That's what she said after all that happened.
That's first and
right. Beneline ain't say nothing until YASHAYA left, y'all. Listen, he ain't say nothing. In fact, I think he told YASHAYA we had to discuss what Beneline told YASHAYA we had to discuss what YASHAYA had said as a community, so that they asked him to excuse himself. Remember, they asked him to leave, and we all stayed in the church. Okay? Beneline thanked YASHAYA for the reproval, yo.
Oh my God.
And then went into the back room of the church until YASHAYA left. Remember? And we were like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And he came out with prayer corn to cleanse the church.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. The new people to community ain't know what he was doing. I mean, I didn't.
I didn't either.
I don't know if anyone else did.
I felt like it was bad, though.
The new people... When he was done, he said that YASHAYA made the church unclean.
Oh my God.
Beneline said he disrespected his church. Or their church. Right?
Called him an intruder.
Listen, all the new people in the community agree with everything YASHAYA said, yo. Because all he did was come and say what we've been saying in the background.
Ola. Mama Lo. Y'all were there. It was reprieve when that brother got up there and said those things.
We like, oh man, thank you, right? Man, listen, man. We didn't understand why he was up there doing this. Why is he going there cleansing the church like this, bro? Yeah. I didn't like, what's this? After saying that, Beneline concluded, and we left, right? No. It was that in church when he said it, man, I was pissed. Was it in church when he said that YASHAYA said he was gonna own slaves?
Yeah, honey.
So yeah, at that time, hey Sister Ola, because I know y'all sisters be on here, man. I might get something mixed up in order, but I think that was in church that day when he said YASHAYA said that Israelites were gonna have all white slaves. We're gonna own slaves, white people.
Did we come back to church and he started telling us a conversation him and C3 had together? And it was at church, because then I think it was at church that day because
some of the sisters used to fellowship with YASHAYA.
Yeah,
and
they all, yeah.
And some of the sisters was fair skinned, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like they knew that he wasn't like that.
Yes.
And then me being around the YASHAYA, you know, I didn't never catch that from him. You know, Israelites can feel that.
Yeah.
There's an Israelite doctrine that believe that.
Yeah.
And I never caught that from him.
No,
I never,
he never stated nothing like that.
No, and ones that believe that are open. You feel me? So
I mean, Ola told me it was a complete contrast between, you know, Israelites that she dealt with in the truth versus how YASHAYA always dealt with them. She said he was nothing but respectful to them.
And I have to agree that I didn't get that from YASHAYA at all. Right? I was pissed, family.
Yeah.
I almost left community that night. Remember I told y'all before, it was like that was one that almost had me up out of there. Yeah.
Emphasize that it was a whole smear campaign ran against this brother that supposedly he came to community and said that white people was gonna be slaves.
Come on, man. Y'all know who talked me off the ledge from leaving? Because I was about to go back to community and go get my wife and tell her let's pack our stuff. Right? Because that was bad to me. First I saw what they did to Jamal and Kayla. Right? That was terrible to me as well. Right here, this right here, man. Like, that wasn't right, fam.
No. And he, like, that was one of those moments where Ben-Alim actively tried to get all of us to participate in that.
Man.
He tried to get the whole community to take on that feeling. Like, because this brother then came in here, gave a great reproval in relation to how they were treating our people, specifically the house of Israel, but also the believing Gentiles that gravitate to this way, right?
Come on, man.
Like, he gave an awesome approval. It was very accurate. And he tried to get all of us to take on this feeling like this brother is, like, racist, black supremacist. You hear me? Like...
So, you know, we're going to come back to that. Let me finish this one right here, right? Y'all know who talked me off the ledge after we leaving that church? That, like I said, it was YASHAYA. You hear me? Because, you know, I went back to my car, right? And then hopped in the whip. To the in the whip, and I went to the Conoco down the road, and I sat there for like 3-4 hours, y'all.
Yeah,
I was so pissed because at this point, like, I'm watching the dude just do our people wrong, lying on them. But watch this. I went back to go talk to YASHAYA because similar to Jamal and Kayla and Malcolm and Maddie, I didn't really know him before we came to community. I met him since that first in-gathering, but, you know, we chopped it up a few times, even before we came to community. So I had a better sense of YASHAYA than I had of Jamal and them. And I was, you know, when he brought up stuff about Jamal, from my small experience, I felt it wasn't true.
Yeah, we felt the spirit with Kayla and Jamal.
So I said it too. I would defend him the best I could. But with this one right here, I kind of knew this was off, right? And so I left the community and sat up in the car for a few hours, and I called YASHAYA, and I talked to him for a couple hours, yo. And I told him everything Ben-Alim had said, and he was like, "What?" Like, he was genuine shock.
Yeah.
Right? He like, "I don't believe that." You know what I'm saying? Like, I never said that. Yeah. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Koki heard you say it too." He said, "I ain't never said that to Koki. He's a liar." He was.
Remember what my husband just told y'all before this meeting, how the kids was treating him like a jungle gym. You hear me hanging on YASHAYA, like, complete night and day difference.
Fam. So
crazy word.
Man, he talked me off the ledge. YASHAYA did. Shout out to that brother YASHAYA. That's how the Ruach worked. He had just got wronged. I want y'all to see character. Remember the thing, character. He had just got wronged, but he understood. He done caught dreams about my house. YASHAYA a spiritual dude that's searching the way. That's why I be bothered by Ben-Alim's activities. You feel me? He done caught dreams. He done told me. So at this moment, I'm going to tell y'all. That's why I don't knock anyone else that left. Right? Because without the conversation with YASHAYA, I'd have been a statistic. A statistic. You hear me?
And I sure wasn't going to stop it.
You know what I'm saying? So, listen. He told me I was there for Israel. Ride it out. What he said to me. You hear me? Amazing. After being done like that. That's what that brother told me. You see character? And you can read it when you're talking to somebody. You watch how these brothers over here acting who's slandering him. And you watching how he's acting after being slandered. Right? Character. That's what that brother told me. Ride it out. You there for Israel. Huh? So the next day, Beneline tells the church that YASHAYA, I think it was the next day after that. You might be right. I don't know. But that's what, before that, no, it had to be before that. So before that, he tells about YASHAYA. I go tell YASHAYA about it. So then the next day, so all that happens. All the white people are slaves. Okay, that's right. Now I have some Israelites believe, now I know some Israelites, right, believe that stuff about the slave things. My bad. What's up? Oh, my bad. Get that for me. My bad, y'all. Up here dropping stuff. All right. So, like I ain't never heard YASHAYA kicking that stuff, and I ain't believe it. I ain't never heard him speak like that. That's when Beneline said, Coke, you heard him say it, right? All that. So cool. Listen, family, there was people in church that day that used to fellowship with YASHAYA before they ever lived in that community, like we said. So when they heard Beneline say all that, I know they were sick. I saw it in people's faces out over there. I saw it in their faces, right? So after talking to YASHAYA, he told me to write it out and all that, right? I think that's when YASHAYA, that's right. That's when YASHAYA told me that about the 33 Tom, the 33rd degree Mason. Because we didn't know that before we came. And no one had told us that time.
We sure didn't know that.
Right?
No.
I don't think, see how the Father will keep information. He won't just get, he won't let you hear everything.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have went.
We wouldn't have went to that. You know what I'm saying? And it might have jeopardized us believing in these scripts.
Yeah.
Me. Right? Because I was still a baby at that time. You know what I'm saying? You tell me there's a Mason? What you talking about?
Not just on the property. Owns the land.
Owns most of it, yo. So now when YASHAYA told me that, I done met this dude. I was shocked, right? Beneline came to my house soon after that, right? Because, when Beneline knows that he done lied or did something, he's always going around trying to manipulate and manage, right? So Beneline came to my house soon after and I asked him about what YASHAYA said, right? Because I told Beneline that I was gonna get to the bottom of that racist thing he said, because I feel like that's not YASHAYA, and I'm gonna figure that out. That's what I told Beneline, because I wasn't with it. I wasn't with the slander. I wasn't gonna let Beneline think that I just believe him. You hear me? So when he came to the house and I asked, my wife was there. When I asked him about the 33rd, I told him I just talked to YASHAYA last night, and he said he ain't say nothing like that about the racist stuff. I said that to Beneline's face. He said he ain't say nothing like that. He said, oh, what'd he say? We should just leave it, let it be.
Oh, yeah, he said, I'd rather just forget about it. And I'm sitting at that man in our house. I'm like, oh.
Like, man, forget him. You just slandered this dude.
We just said it. You dropping the prayer coin in the church.
You walked around, cleaned it. We're just going to forget about it.
We just supposed to forget
But God
about
good in your life, brother. You just forget. Like God good in your life. You're going to forget about it. No, sir. I told him, no, sir, I'm going to get to the bottom of that, brother. I can't forget. I don't got amnesia. I remember.
Okay.
You feel me? So I asked him about the 33 degree Mason. Beneline, I asked him. He said, no, we don't have it. He's not a 33rd degree Mason. Absolutely not.
He beefed up that story so good.
What did he say?
Y'all. Oh, it was like a funeral. God rest the brother mother's soul. His mother's funeral.
It's 33rd degree Mason's mother.
He was there. Yeah, he was present, and all his family members were talking about. They were witnesses of him renouncing masonry.
That's what he said. He renounced it.
And I just remember, like, this is some awesome story.
It was great. It was great. It was great. That old man talk, like he would just, he'd be shaking when he talked too. He'd start shaking a little bit. Y'all don't laugh. I'm just saying. Like
your mama, like my mama died, right, honey? Our mother died, like not even a year before we went to community. And I promise, like when we was at her funeral, was we even talking about stuff like that's not what you talking about at no funeral?
And he brought this tale, and then he walked out, right? And then he was just out there running game, right? Just acting like it was all good, just lied.
Oh my gosh.
So I come back in the house, and so, discernment. We're discerning people, Israel. Me and my wife look at each other like...
I ain't gonna lie, could I say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told my husband, I said, yeah, honey, he a businessman.
You see what I'm saying?
He a businessman.
And so, but, hey, y'all, like I said, before the end of our stay, it was always double honors to the high priest.
Yeah.
Right? So I told my wife, look, we're going to get to the bottom of this, but we're going to choose just to bleed this dude.
Yeah.
You feel me? But we're gonna get to the bottom of this, right? But look, listen, y'all. I stepped out my camper. I kid you not. I said, you know what? Oh, no. I called YASHAYA. I called YASHAYA and told him he denied the 33rd degree Mason stuff, right? And YASHAYA said, go ask Army. Here, because YASHAYA knows Army too, because he always came up there before we did.
Yeah.
He said, go ask Army because Army is an ex-Mason. I said, he's an ex-Mason. You know, we
learning all of this for the first time.
We getting hit with left, rights, uppercuts, haymakers. You know, like, there's 2 of them?
Come on.
He like, yeah, I think I had heard through the grapevine through Scott about Army,
but it wasn't for sure
who he was talking about. So I'm like, what? So I said, okay. I start immediately. This all happened. Ben Lee probably left the camper about 5-10 minutes before, 15 maybe. I called YASHAYA. He said, nah. He said, I asked Army. Whoop! I struck out. About to go ask Army. Right? Man, Lord have it. Army is riding his wheelchair, because remember I told you he lost his leg in his military experience, right? And he riding his wheelchair about to come up out of Beth Shemesh, where he stayed at the time. And I caught him. I like, look at this. All this is pop. You can't make it up. You don't see people in communities sometimes for 2 days because you're in different villages. And I'm happening to walk over here and he's walking at the same time. Okay, boom, I ask him. I say, yeah, man, Brother YASHAYA told me that Tom is a Mason, right? And so I asked Benalim, and Benalim said he's not. What's up? What you say?
What say you?
Yeah, what say you? And he go, I don't know why Benalim said that.
Oh my gosh.
I said, what you mean you don't know why Benalim said that? He said, I was just talking to Tom the last time he was here the other day. He's talking about he still goes to the meetings. What they call them?
The lodge.
The lodge. Yeah. Whatever they call their monthlies or whatever. he can't wait to go. Right? I'm like, Army, what you mean? He said, yeah, man. I used to be in that. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him. He was just chopping it up with me. He's happy. He is fully involved. I said, what? He said, yeah, I'll go say it to Benalim's face. That's Army. Because you remember how Army was at that time.
Yeah.
He was bucking. Like, I'll go say it to their face.
And our sisters in the chat can verify this.
I was like, well, look at this. Would you look at this?
Yeah.
You know what I say, okay, I go to Shema and Canaan.
Yeah.
I got to get he's new. Army knew. You know what I'm saying?
What does he
so
know?
I'm going to go to someone who's known time before Army ever knew about these books.
Yeah.
Right? Let me tell y'all this. They were so innocent. Right? So I go up to them and I say, hey, y'all, is Tom a Mason? Because Benalim said he wasn't, and then YASHAYA said he was, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom of things. You know what I'm saying? They said the same thing Army said. I don't know why Benalim said that, you know?
Oh, my God.
The way they did it so innocently, because they don't come from our community, y'all.
Yeah.
So they don't probably look at the Masonic thing like we do.
No.
You understand? Benalim does. That's why he knew the lie. You see, Benalim does, so he knew the lie. But they over there, they're like, no, I don't know why he said that. Yeah, Tom will tell you in a minute that he's a Mason. Yeah, we've known that since way before. I'm like, look at the truth.
Now, y'all remember that outstanding story we told y'all that he said about the funeral?
Oh, my goodness. I told her about that. She was like, what? No,
No, baby, I was sitting right there with you.
No, when he told... Yeah. No, but I told her, because remember I told her and Canaan about that. They're like, no.
Oh, my God.
Because remember, at this time, right, Canaan and Shema would play like they was cool with us because there's internal beef with them in their camp and all that there. So they were beefing with Benalim. So they were trying to kind of use us. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And so they were kind of cool. They would come and tell us stuff, right? Beefing with each other. You hear me? And so they're like, no, he's been that way since way back when we first. I like, look at the truth setting you free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at this. I said, okay. Now I was shocked.
It's tough at this point.
I'm like, goodness.
It's tough.
Hey, y'all. This segment we're about to end soon, man. This all a month.
You done moved your whole life and family here.
I was
you
shocked.
finding this stuff out.
I was shocked. Benalim came to my house soon after. And man, look, I was shocked, yo. I'm laughing, yo, because I can't believe it still. So when he said it wasn't true. Benalim, when we asked Benalim about the Mason thing, we told y'all he sounded like he was lying. Both my wife and I heard the same thing. Call YASHAYA, everything. Look, it was amazing. But we got everything worked out, and now we know that a 33rd degree Mason. Oh, that's right. I think it was Ola that told you, right? One of them sisters told you?
Yeah, Ola and Tifra and Loki, they were all there and talking to him, and he said it openly. They were like, he was just down at the church?
At the church?
He was just at the church saying it
altar.
openly, talking about like how he loves his meetings, and Shimmer's over here saying, yeah, he knows Babylon is gonna fall, but he's not gonna sell out until it does. Like he was open.
Oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? And Benalim lied to me. You see what I mean, liar? Look, he came and lied to my wife and myself, right? And lied in our house. And now this Mason comes back to his church in front of everybody, telling the truth.
Yeah.
Huh? Just in case anybody come and tell you that, we can't forgive. We forgave. Was cool with Tom the whole time. Tom cannot give us a bad report.
No.
In fact, I'm about to say something. In fact, Tom let me know, through the grapevine that they're kind of dealing with racism too,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mason.
Children of the world wiser than the children of the light.
The Mason, right? I didn't think that it was possible for a 33rd degree Mason to own so much of God's house. Well, not everywhere's God's house. He thinks God's house. I didn't think that was possible. But let's keep pushing. Army happened to be a Mason too, so he could also prove that this man was a Mason. And I also was a witness to Army after that. I'm going to speak well. I'm going to keep it real. I was a witness to Army after that, reproving Tom and ministering to Tom, trying to help him put down Masonry. For real. Right? So if I'm going to sit down here and say stuff about people, I'm going to say the 100, right? Yeah. I watched him minister today, and Tom sat there and talked to him for a long time. I left, they were still talking, right? So there was, look, Army come from an Israelite walk, even though he's a Gentile, right? He know the things that we believe in, you know what I'm saying? So when he first got there, he was coming like ones we would do, like reproving, because this, you know how we come in our walk? They weren't doing what they believed, and we don't come from that. If the books say do it, we do it.
Yeah.
Right? And so he was coming like that at first. And then, so yeah, I'm keeping it real.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is crazy. But that's that 30. Are we going to stop right there, baby? Should we go? But after all that right there, y'all, after that, we knew that Benalim was lying, right? We knew it. I was just wondering why he was lying about that, right? And so we just, it's crazy, yo. So I left that Mason thing alone, right? I left it alone. I kept on pushing. Benalim was showing himself for more and more. I still hadn't proved the YASHAYA thing about the owning white slaves, right? But y'all remember that. Y'all remember that.
Yeah.
We will get back to that because I was patient.
Oh, yeah.
And I told Benalim I was going to get to the bottom of that. And trust, I was patient. That's where we stopping for the night, yo. You feel me? I don't even know how many minutes. I think we're getting close to 2 hours. I wanted to say something before we got out of here. Real talk. Right? Some game that I've been learning from the Father. Right? Music. Remember on our channel, y'all, we've been talking about element, righteous element, wicked element, right? Music is element. Music is either righteous element or wicked element. You understand? And so when we listen to that music of the world, right? It's like we're running spells on ourselves, right? Y'all know what I'm saying is true. Some of y'all probably still have that urge to put on some of that stuff. And you be wondering why I still listen to this. I went through it for a very long time. You feel me? Sometimes I'll end up putting something on and I'll be like, man, the Father will reprove me. You feel me? Music is element, right? Israelite music, righteous music is righteous element. The Father wants us to know that.
No.
How do I prove it? We have a whole book of Psalms, right? A whole book. Those are songs that David would sing and other singers would sing. They're a righteous element. Remember when Moses and them would come back from winning, getting out of a situation? They sing songs. Music is element, family, right? And the Father been showing that to me for a minute. And why I'm saying that is because, you know, since this stuff we've been dealing with, bringing all this stuff out, I also been going back and listening to songs that I did, that I went through and the time I was going through when Elder Ricard was doing similar things, right? Not as high as a level, but similar things. And I go back and listen to those songs. And before we get out of here, you know, we play a song at the end. I'm gonna play a song that I was experiencing, going through similar things, called Downfall, right? And then when I was playing it the other day, I was like, man, like, that is talking about what my wife and I going through right now with Benaline.
Yep.
And what the Father's putting on my spirit to understand was, well, back then when he was going through it, it was him to put the song on me, because that song was element, right? It was healing to me and anyone else hearing it, going through it, right? Now, in our walk, it's mine before my wife, me and my wife got married, right? I've always got persecution for the type of music I've made, right? I always known that I can go, I found out I'm a Hebrew, beat you down. I give you all that to go get 1 million views, right? Give you righteous. I can give that to you all day. I'm not bragging. I know what we want to hear. But ever since I started doing music, like I told my wife, we battle axes, right? And I'm doing it, and this is really a message to all the other brothers and sisters that make music. Really, everybody, because you listen to it too. We need to know this, but especially y'all artists, right there. Ever since I came in the truth, the Father put on my spirit. Remember, I told you that I don't know if I told you, one of the elders at GOCC was trying to become our manager when we first got me and Shad's manager. And the Father put on my spirit real quick, I'm your manager. You feel me? And I told Shad that. And Shad was with me. He was with it because, you know, Shad had church experience from the world, and he wasn't even feeling all that stuff GOCC was doing. He was hip on that quick. You feel me? And so me, I ain't no church goer like that. I was just happy to be here. I was a sinner. You know what I'm saying? And I was just happy to be here. I'm shooting my dope money I'm getting on the block. I'm keeping it real. I'm going up to Sabbath class, dropping out two. You know what I'm saying? Like here. Because I just wanted to get in the kingdom. And I know I had a second chance. Right? But the Father was showing me that he was putting me through that and letting me know that he is the owner of RealJudah. You dig? And that everything that he was putting on our mind, my wife's mind, our spirit, and our music is him doing it. Right? And so that song did this Downfall, and other songs that we did like it has brought healing in people's lives more than we know. I don't even know it. Right? And he put on my spirit to play it now while I tell y'all this, or after I tell y'all this. Music is element. And it can either be wicked element or righteous element. You feel me? That's why the Father always say praise. 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 Praise and worship. He want that music to come. Come on, man. Music come from heaven. You understand? Satan just twisted it. Right? Come from heaven. So when you hear righteous music, yo, support that righteous music.
I feel the Spirit.
Listen to that righteous music. Pray with those songs in your heart. Worship the Father with those songs in your heart. You want to get married one day? Aqua, sing songs of marriage and praise. Music is element. You're going through hard times, you need financial help, sing songs of success and the Lord's blessings and mean it. Worship him through that music. It's element. It's just like dropping element on the altar and dropping element on the fire. Like sanctity in marriage is righteous element, power. Music is power. You understand? That's why the enemy went and took it and played with it. Right? And the Father being wanted me to bring that, and I'm going to bring it in a bigger way, and I'm going to give y'all testimonies. But all I'm trying to say is that I've been going back and listening to old stuff, right? My wife has been as well. And I'm just listening to things that we were saying way back then. And they sound real Shabuah. And I ain't even know it. Because the Spirit has the pen with me when I'm writing. My wife when she's writing. When we put these lessons together, like I take a lot of notes for this. I don't just sit up there and just read it with y'all and start saying stuff. I'm not that smart, right? I sit down with the Father and he writes with me and tells me what he's thinking with that. See what I'm saying? Music the same way. And I ain't know that. I just understood this was his label, right? And so I hope that be edifying and some love given to all the other artists, right? To really watch your feelings and how you feel when you're operating with this music. You're operating with elements, right? And if you go in there and start using jealousy, right, and envy, lust, and all those things one can do when they start getting a little bit of notoriety because of music, then you're misusing elements and it becomes witchcraft. I'm teaching. You hear me? So you have to be careful with the gift the Father gave you, right? Same thing with ones that are listening, right? That is a servant of the Most High God up there singing that song. That was the Most High God speaking through that person. You know what I'm saying? It's element, right? Be careful how you do the anointed, right? Be careful. They're out there doing a powerful thing. Oh, they just rapping. I hear people say it all the time. Oh, you just making songs. What you told David? Because David's songs were prophetic.
They were healing people.
Come on, fam. They call him for Saul.
Yeah.
He just strumming them strings.
Come on.
Singing that song. And healing came. Right? It's element. Be careful what you put in your spirit. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we're like, oh, I don't do this and I don't do that. And you listen to that. And you listen to the devil. You hear me? And I ain't knocking you. I'm a recoverer. Still, look, I love Devin the Dude. Y'all know Devin the Dude? That was my guy. That was my guy. I listen to him all day, every day. Right? Even in the truth. I would go like a long time and I listen to him. If I put one of his songs on, I'm listening to all his album that day. All the albums.
He pulled that record player out, baby. You know what time it is.
It's over with. You understand? Devin the Dude and Andre 3000. See what I'm saying? But when I woke up, I knew I couldn't do that. Right? You heard what they do to them records? They worship the devil with them.
They black mask them.
Listen to these artists coming out and telling you the things they go through. Right? It's coming through the speaker box. The demon. We all talking about generational curses and all this. No, you're cursing yourself now. You feel me? Generations ago. No, don't put it on them now. You see what I'm saying? Because you're misusing element. I've done it so many times. You hear me? The moment I found out I was an Israelite, I knew I couldn't make that kind of music because I was a witch doctor cooking up death to our people. Me. I'm keeping it real. Because music is element. It's game. It's two games. One, you can use music to empower yourself. Like we learned in an episode called Element. You remember that? Music is one of those elements. That's why you remember your mama, some of y'all mamas, you come back and on Sunday she come out for work and she had a hard day at work and all she doing is playing that song on repeat, remember? Repeat. Like, dang, it's healing her. It's healing her. Think about that, family. Music is element. I look at songs I wrote. Talking about my wife before I knew who my wife was. Yeah. Music is element, fam. Pray to the Father and then listen to songs of his righteousness and soothe your spirit and soothe your heart. And we out of here, y'all. Man, appreciate y'all, man. And we ain't done. What is part 3?
Yeah.
Safe, fam. I don't even know how many parts it's going to be. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous he knows it's this long. Man, y'all.
Lord said how nothing back.
And we ain't.
Nope.
And we ain't. All praise to the Most High, y'all.
All
For real. Hey, the song we're about to play at the end of this joke is called Downfall. I'm going to put this thing on Bandcamp. So when y'all get off of here, and if you really enjoy the song and it do anything to your spirit, we're going to put it on Bandcamp. And y'all can go download it for free. I wrote this song years ago, right? But I never put it on no album, and I never really put it out so somebody can get it. I just had it on YouTube, and you know what I'm saying? But y'all can go and download it for free. If it put it in your heart to give a donation with it, it gives you that option. You could either put 000, so because you know you might see it and it might think that, oh, P done gained us, I gotta pay money to get it. No, it says state your price. If you don't got nothing, all love, put 000 on there. And get that song and download that thing. And bang out, man. Bang it on your block. Whenever you feel like that you need to hear that, man, bang that thing in the ruach. Because that's element. You feel me? Or you can donate whatever you want to donate. You know what I'm saying? You know, we out here doing the work. We still out here in Iowa. So anything that your heart puts on you, we appreciate it. I don't care if it's 30 cents. You feel me? Like, you don't understand. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
You feel me? For the last year, we've had many days with lint in our pocket.
If you ever were going to support, now would be the time.
Yeah, so, but don't and watch your prayers, too.
Yes, your prayers. Good feelings.
Cause listen, you ain't obligated, nor do we feel like you obligated. Or if anyone don't do something or stop doing something, we walk around here like that. Nah, bruh. Trying to give game. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go get that song and enjoy this song. I pray that it bless y'all game. You dig what I'm saying? If y'all hearing these books, remember, I don't even think we read too many scripts today. We went into the book, what's that thing? The Handbook of Established Righteousness, though, right? So if you are interested in the books of remembrances, right, they're available at brotherhoodofchristchurch.org. brotherhoodofchristchurch.org. That's been a Leem site, right? And we've been screaming all his site every episode since we left there and all those things happened, right? Why? Because we feel like this information is for Israel, right? And so what?
It is.
And so what if he gonna get rich because every Israelite buy these books? He deserved it because he was obedient to the Father to come wake my people up. I don't care about who getting rich and who don't. The biggest money that we can have is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows those that say they are rich. And he knows those that say that they're weak poor. And who's really rich. Right? And our information come back to us to make us richer.
Come on.
Hey, RealJudah prayers at yahoo.com for any prayers, any questions, yo. You know what I'm saying? Trust in the Messiah, family. As always, we pray this message was for somebody. Our praises to Kahi, which is the Holy Spirit, the Ruach Kadash, which gives us our CHAAKAMAWATH. Our praises to Enoki said, that's our praises to the great I am loving kindness, Ahayah Christ said. Our praise to most of the land, that's our Savior, YASHAYA. Remember, family, we got to love the Most High with all our mind, all our heart, and all our might. And to love our brothers and sisters like the Most High loves them. See them like the Father sees them, and hear them like the Father hears them. Feel for them, y'all, like the Father feels for them. It's your boy Peezee and beautiful Ari Amunah. RealJudah. Man, let go.
Ephesians 5 and 11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Yeah. You're waking up a giant, no Nephilim. I put to sleep that old man, but y'all working hard to resurrect him. So y'all got no nuts like M&M's. Sleep this calorie proof, my life was football. Running shoes, so my downfall is yours too. You keep playing games, this ain't what you want. You think you fly, but I specialize in duck hunting. It could go down, really it could go down. But I've been watching these dollars for months now, so no, it ain't gonna go down. They with the politicking, so I tell the truth when they tripping. Just cause you wanna be numbered with the elect, don't mean you act like a politician. Some is only friends and name, and brothers like Cain, really they your enemy. Or friend lover at all times, and the brothers born for adversity. Or pair lips to tell you anything, and I ain't trying to hear it, but they scripted it just left. Look, and I be trying them spirits. Amos 3 and 3, that's why I call unity. Tripping if you think your vain talk is about to move me. But you still in Hell's Kitchen, they not saying they love you, but they hand holding the ratchet, man. 4 tons snake skin, I'm just counting it, I see it, man. Why everybody talking on they church? Oh, I see why. I guess where there's smoke, there's got to be fire. I tried to get the benefit of the doubt until I seen the forked tongue straight out the horse's mouth, yeah. So I went away, I tried to leave them alone, but they called my phone. Now they writing songs. I could conform and sell a lot. in the Most High. So y'all go put that on record. So go ahead, y'all put your team together. Have your little meet teams. Go put your schemes together. I know what's next. The Spririt campaign. My only fear is the